Welcome back to our last session where we have Yanis that's going to present to us about technology. And Yanis, go ahead. Please introduce yourself, introduce the class and your presentation.
So hello, my name is Yanis. I'm sorry for this semester. I have a lot of family problem. So I'm very happy to you to give me a chance to have my presentation, and nice to meet you. So I'll want to introduce so my subject is about electric cars and autonomous self-driving. Uh, do you see in the big screen or small screen?
I can see it like that. That's fine. It's up to you.
Okay, that's yours. So for it's fine like this. What is an electric car? Electric cars do not emit any pollution substance like CO2, fine particles, and stuff like that. They are therefore different from diesel or petrol vehicle. There are several types of electric vehicle. Is what they can run on a battery of accumulator, which can be recharged at specific terminals, and fuel cell, which supply with hydrogen, for example. So we can ask some question about this electric cars and autonomous self-driving cars. So I asked some question like, how is the electric car market developing? Will while the electric cars soon overtake the combustion engine cars, and how is the electric cars market developing? So I'll review with you all stuff with this. So let's start with electric cars also with the environment. So for answer, electric cars are becoming increasingly attractive in a world where reducing CO2 emission and pollution is growing concern for many people who wants to protect our planet from global warming. In addition, one of the main benefits of electric cars is the contribution to improving air quality and cities. These give us cleaner streets and also make our cities healthier place. So I can pass to my part two, who is about global awareness. Um, Global awareness. So if there has been a general awareness of environment protection, car manufacturers are also on the board. Indeed, the main reason for the accelerated invested in electric cars may well be CO2 and the reduction of the carbon footprint of the global car fleet. CO2 is gas used by terminal cars and therefore a factor in global warming, and the engine of electric vehicle does not emit CO2. So it engine a lot of development and make a lot of works. Like we can see another, a development of the global electrical market. So in contrast to the declining car markets, the electric cars is going in the opposite direction, with the number of cars still declining. The electric cars is going in the opposite direction with development all over the world. So as you can see, there is China, US, and the flag of Europe. So China is the world's largest market for electric vehicles. Um, in the first half of 2019, demand there grew by 52%. More than half of million electric cars were sold there between 1 of January and 3rd of June. Um, in the United States, electric car sales continue to grow strongly in the last half on the year, and despite the difficult regulatory environment, including the strong influence of oil within the Donald Trump administration and still a problem of Tesla. In Europe, France has dropped in second to third place, top place in the Europe ranking, just ahead United Kingdom and Netherlands. Norway take the lead in the Europe electric cars market ahead of Germany. I'll speak about the bestseller. Yes, the bestseller about the cars is about Tesla. So yes, the electric car market has been growing of several years now, and it's not going on to stop, and not going to stop. So Tesla Model 3 won the award to the best-selling cars in the world, but with the car market betting more and more on electric vehicles, the next generation of electric cars could turn everything upside down. For example, with the technological innovation such as autonomous cars. Yeah. I wanted to speak about more of Tesla. Like you see, what does the success of Tesla mean for the future, and you see the big percentage of manufacturing and research of development, and that prosper a lot of work in developing for the future dynamics. So the new technology, self-driving cars. Um, So for the past of 20 of 20 for 20 years, the autonomous industry research organization have been aiming to put fully autonomous cars on the road. These cars which can travel without the intervention of drivers, simultaneously use several sensor of artificial intelligence technology to enable them to detect the environment, match the information obtained to analyze it, decide on an action and implement it. This transport revolution, which is expected to begin in 2020, present many technological and legislative challenge. Like you can see, there is a different level, like there are 6 different level of automation in autonomous vehicles, like level 0 to have no automation, level 1 driver assistance, level 2 partial automation, level 3 conditional automation, level 4 IT automation, and level 5 automation, full automation. And this information is come from information technology, communication and control STEM, EET from 2020. So what is the disruptive innovation? For the disruption and innovation, many researchers, writers, and consultants use disruptive innovation to describe any situation in which an industry is taken up and previously successful, incumbent stable, but that much too broad to usage. The problem with conflicting disruptive innovation with breakthrough that change an industry competitive pattern is that different type of innovation require different strategic approach. When new technology arises, disruption theory can guide strategic choice, and the smart disruptor improve the products and the driver open markets. So disruption describe a process where be a smaller company with fewer resources is able to successful challenge established incumbent business. So there is like the ubiquitous disruption innovation, like you see with the graphic, and as you see in 98 there is just 0, and now and like you see in 2014 this growing up on 2000. So it's very huge to see it. So yes, thanks for listening me, and thanks for your questions, and thank you for all the help I have.
Thank you very much for your presentation. can you give us a couple of comments about where you got your information from? Just share that with the class.
Yeah.
I thought one was from HBR.
Yeah, there is. So I have like three slides about my information. So there is from prospects for electric vehicles, back and boost from back and boost 2020 on campus, and on introduction of autonomous vehicles, Tesla and leadership of the auto industry. What does the successful of Tesla and means of dynamics in global sector? No cost autonomous vehicle advance in Carlos for us. And there is some uh, information to give it on there is like this one on Tesla precision industry development, and I have all my information is from here, from the street fly here.
Okay, great. Do you have a personal interest in the management of disruptive innovation or electronic cars? What is your personal interest in this?
I think it's very cool to see the new technology and the business developing on around all this cars and development. It's very interesting, but for as you see, all people can't have this type of cars right now because it costs for autonomous. I speak about autonomous cars, but yeah, for electric is very important for the earth. I'm engaged on the type of developing on development. So I'm a big with electric cars. So yes.
Okay. Gregoire, welcome to the presentation. Did you have any special questions or comments yourself?
About the presentation of Yanis or about anything?
For Yanis's presentation about management of electric cars, or now that we're finished with the presentation, we can, if you're interested, talk about the review of the class, suggestion of final exam questions. It's up to you. What type of comments do you have, Gregoire?
I'm sorry for the presentation of Yanis, but I arrived late, so I just arrived at the end. But yeah, for the review for the exam, yeah, we'll be glad, even if I already did it a bit before with you.
Okay, did you come up with any questions from your own material or the information that you've presented?
No, but I create my drive for the exam.
You have shared the drive to the exam?
I didn't share. I didn't share yet, but I can share now.
Okay. You understand what he's talking about, Yanis? The idea that the final exam is going to be written on a Google Drive. So you need to be able to share a document related to that.
Okay.
Other than these documents that you're sharing, I think since the class actually finished last week, do you guys have any special questions or concerns you'd like Professor Hua, teaching assistant Hua, or myself to help you guys with?
For me, I have no really question. I just apologize to all my works for this semester, and I was very I'm sorry, but the works products I do, so that's so
you were able to give the presentation. So as long as you have the results, that's what counts, right?
Yeah.
Going forward, while we're looking, waiting for any of your review questions, I would highly suggest you check into the proper referencing format. Make sure you know that. In our class, we've talked many times about the most popular social science research method. So you can check how
Yeah.
we start to provide the abstract, the intro, the background literature. But again, most important, make sure you learn about the in-text referencing, which is one complete thing on its own. And then
Okay.
at the end, how to give the proper full referencing at the end.
Okay.
Those will probably be questions on the exam. So make sure you know them.
Yeah, yeah. With Vincent, I'll learning with him. He asked me. I asked him for help with this, and say to me, "Okay, tomorrow let's hang out and see."
Okay.
And so yes, I speak with a lot of friends, and he'll help me for this. So I think it will be good.
Okay. Hua, do you have that? Can you share on your screen the exam notes and the review file that we have? Maybe while we wait for questions or comments from these guys, we can just fly through some of the questions that have been proposed by various people. Do you have that file, Hua?
I don't think I have it ready on my computer at the moment.
I think I sent the link to it earlier, the exam notes.
Yeah, let me just quickly open that and then I'll share my screen. So
Okay.
yeah, I think it should be somewhere in the back. So
Um,
so see the exam notes for
yes, I just sent it to you in the messenger. Since it does have some special information, I won't share the link to everybody in the class, but you can, oops, I sent the file to you in Messenger, Hua.
the file in Messenger. So
Just the link to the file, yes.
this one.
My Wi-Fi, yes. So you guys are aware of the requirements, right? Gregoire and Yanis, you know, next Thursday is the exam, right? Regular class time, and you have to have the Google document. You have to also have the video camera showing your face for the whole exam, and you have to have your microphone working and your text working. If we try to communicate with you, you have to be able to respond quickly. Other than that, there's going to be 40 points, so 40 questions. The first 10 questions are the long answer. And if we go on to the next section, then we have 30 short answer. And we've got several proposed questions from several people. You can see here one of the last classes I showed it online. We can keep going down. Yes, these are examples of the long answer questions. For example, explain how culture is important, and then explain your culture code. Can you go back up a little bit, Hua, for me to see that first question? The very large, long answer questions. Maybe it's easier. Keep going up. Raise, go to the higher up, right? Yes, right there. Can you, sorry, keep going up a little bit higher. The bigger words. Yes, right there. Could you read that, Hua? Explain how culture?
Did you mean this like explain how
The
culture?
words that start saying explain how culture is important.
Yeah.
And then explain your code, your culture.
Okay. your coach
Right there, yes.
to do business. So explain various ways to ID culture and ID yourself.
Yes,
Then
you have to be able to identify. Do you understand what this is, Gregoire? What this question means?
Yes.
Okay. If we don't have any questions about it, we can move on to another one. Gregor, did you want to read the second one about explaining the four main Hofstede's cultural dimensions?
Explain the format offset cultural dimension and the difference between Korean typical student and typical Canadian professor. We already treated about this question last time, I remember. Yeah. So should I develop like?
the
What?
So
Or if Yanis, if this is what are cultural
Sorry?
dimensions we're talking about?
Yeah. So explain what is no. I just one well, when we will answer this question, it's like answer with our own opinion, right or not?
I think he's having some problem with his connection.
Okay.
So what
Yeah, my internet connection's not very good. I'm not sure if you can hear me, but I just wanted to make sure you guys are aware of the main details for the class review. Can you guys hear me?
yeah,
Yeah.
Okay. Did you have any questions about those first couple of questions we were talking about?
Yeah. Me, I was thinking about for the first one and the second, it's like we answer with our own opinion and with the class scores, right?
Well, they're based on facts, right?
Yeah.
So you have to be able, for the first one, to explain what is the MBTI. And then for question number 2, you have to be able to explain Hofstede's dimensions, talking.
Okay.
Sorry, my Wi-Fi keeps going in and out. So is it clear, the idea of explaining the MBTI, Myers-Briggs typology indicator?
Yeah, for me,
And the power distance, the uncertainty avoidance, individualism, all of those need to be explained. As long as that's clear, that's the main things that we're looking for. We can go on to keep going down this list, and there's, I think, 100 possible questions we have. Hua, if you wanted to go through them, my internet's not working too well, so go ahead and fly through some of these main points, Hua.
Yeah. So for the other question, we have Bitcoin and the relationship with the national currency. For short answer question, we also probably focus on the reference, the reliable source when you do the reference. We have Scopus, SSCI, the Web of Science, etc. And then the proper reference with Scopus material, the connection between reliability and timeliness in referencing, differentiate the Scopus and the BBC News. So like the sort of research article with the normal TV news. you should be able to do that. We also have I think this is for all the other class, but yeah. So you should be able to explain the culture, the self-reference, ethnocentrism, and other factor in culture. We also talk about fake
Sir,
news.
I just have a question.
Yes.
All of this question, I remember we already saw this in the last review class for the examination,
Yeah.
but you ask for just creating a Google Drive document, a Google Drive folder for the examination, isn't it?
A Google Drive for what?
Huh?
A Google Drive for what?
For the examination on 17, you ask for creating a Google folder, a Google Drive folder for the examination, isn't it?
Yeah, but
No, no, you don't need a Google Drive.
I don't think it's a Google Drive folder. It's a work online document like this one. So it's a Google document. So we repeat about this many times in the class. And I think most of the students have done that already. So it's a Google document like this.
Yes.
We must use Google. We must use Google. But we can use Word.
All of your materials for the class should be in one folder that you share with me. And the exam is just written on one Google document that is in your folder. Is that clear?
Not really. Can you show me an example? I'm sorry for this. I got some technical problem maybe, but I don't understand what you mean by this. But yeah, I'll be
Maybe.
glad to see.
So the last few days, I have received many Word documents from the student. So as you can see, Ulrich just sent me one. So he created a Google online document and he shared this with sean.was.gmail.com, and this will be his answer sheet. So when we open that document, we should be able to see what you're doing on that.
Okay.
You typing your answer or
It's Google document. Okay, my bad. I didn't understand. Okay.
that's the Google document. You should be able to do that before the exam starts, so you don't
Okay. Of course.
know that. Is that clear for you too, Yanis?
Yeah. So I'll do faster. I can do.
And you can also see other students who do the same thing, like in the star here. So we have Vincent, Julia, Laura. They already did this. So you guys a bit late, but we still have time. So make sure you do that before enter the exam. And other requirement are turn on your microphone and your camera, no bathroom break. So if you leave the table, your exam is so you cannot leave during the exam. And you should maintain your camera and microphone opening at all times. So yeah, that's some other requirement of the exam. And this document should be included in the Google Drive. So before, I think I help you create a Google Drive folder where you put all of the material in that. So if I go to TM student folder, your name is here, right? So this is your Google Drive folder. You should put your Google document in this folder. So
Can I send it to you by mail, like Ulugh?
yeah, you have to send it to sean.was.teaching gmail.com, just like other students.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm doing it right now.
then you just click on share, and then when you enter the email, they will automatically send an email to us. So that's how we do that. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Any other question?
For me, it's good.
Is this file shared to student as well? I don't know if this. Do you have access to this file? I don't think so. Yeah.
Which file?
The exam notes.
This one? No, this one. Yeah, we already share it between French students. So I got it personally.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it's 4 equations.
So you have gone through every question already, right? I don't need to repeat.
Yeah, most of them. Yeah.
Okay. Any other question about the exam next week?
No. Actually, no, for me, because I just see with other French guys to
Yeah.
see, and so right now, no, it's fine.
Okay. All right. Let me just stop sharing. Sean, do you have any other comments before we stop the class?
Hey, I just put it on my. I just put a Google document on my Google Drive. Yeah, can you check if you receive if you can have an access to it, if you don't mind?
It shows that we need access from you. So when you share the document, make sure you do it like when you click share, you have to
Ah, okay, I get it, yeah.
put the email on the share, and then I don't know. So this is the editor. They have the editor, the viewer, the commenter, and you have to make us editor. So it's
Yeah,
not
of course.
viewer, but editor. Okay.